Hello and welcome to City Edition, the City of Bend's video news magazine. I'm Justin Feinstone. The city has always relied on volunteers and their generosity for help in a variety of departments, and the Bend Police Department is a great example of that. Here's a look at how volunteers are helping regular patrol officers in some very important ways.
Bend Police Volunteer Program has been a very successful program that does two things. Number one, it relieves officers to go out on patrol because the volunteers do duties such as handicap parking, abandoned vehicles, special events, and they worked over 3,100 hours in 2008 and are expected to work over 4,000 in 2009. So it provides quality of life to the city without costing them any money. One of the big programs that the volunteers do is abandoned vehicles, and this is very important because you don't want a lot of derelict or broken vehicles on the streets.
I'm the abandoned vehicle coordinator for the Bend PD. I have two other volunteers working with me. Our basic job is to receive calls and go out and check on abandoned vehicles, reported abandoned vehicles in the city. It is a problem as Bend's gotten bigger. We've had more reported. In 2008, almost 1,700 vehicles were called in as being abandoned. This year it's down, but we've only been through 7 months, it's 800. They have 7 business days or 10 calendar days to move the vehicle. The date's on there. If they move it by that date, then we come back and check it. If it's gone, that's fine. We towed 175 vehicles last year. When we took this over in 2005 from the officers and the community service officers, it's allowed them to really concentrate on those things that are important for safety of the community, crimes and of that nature. This is a low priority. For them it was, for us it's a top priority. So we've been able to dedicate full time to this where they can only do it on a as they can basis.
To the vehicle. So we now have a disabled parking patrol, and what they do is they'll go around to the various shopping centers, hospitals, any public area, and they'll check for placards. They'll check to make sure the placards are current and make sure that the people that are parked there are legal. If not, they can be cited. The cite can go up to $190 for illegal parking, and if the placard is an expired placard or the person is deceased, $410.
Well, my job as a handicap coordinator, we have 8 individuals that work handicap, and we have 5 on the road right now. Our job mainly is to check violations for the missing placard on the windshield. And if we don't see the placard on the windshield, we go ahead and cite it for not visible. People use the excuse that nobody's parking there, and if you are parked there and the placard is displayed or we cannot see it, you will automatically get a citation. If it's 5 minutes, you're not gonna, we don't tolerate. It's a no tolerance zone here. Access aisle here next to the handicap is mainly for people who have a van who can get out with a wheelchair. And if your vehicle is parked in there, we will cite you for blocking that access aisle. Violations that we have cited here for last year was over 500 violations. Already this year, 2009, it's over 300 violations now. We have had situations where people come in and challenge us and they have wanted to drive off, which they do. And what we'll do then is they don't know that we have taken pictures of the dashboard and of the license, and we have issued them a citation through mail.
Special events are a big portion of what the volunteers do. And a lot of it has to do with traffic control and parking. And recently we've had a number of races where the streets have been closed, downtown streets and so on. The volunteers do all of the traffic control and make sure that the crowds are safe at these events.
I just look at it as a chance to give back to the community. I served as an officer for a number of years in California and enjoyed it very much. And when I came up here, took the Citizens Academy, which you have to do to be a volunteer, and liked the department a lot and decided to help out any way I could.
The city has saved over $60,000 with the volunteers doing their work at 3,000 hours, $20 an hour, which is the federal standard. It's a lot of money as well as a lot of time that saves the officers on the streets.